Okay, if I can have everyone's attention, we'll go ahead and get started with our post-race availability following today's Hollywood Casino 400 here at Kansas Speedway. We welcome Paul Menard, driver of the number 27 Menard's Certainteed Insulation Chevrolet, who finished third in today's race. Paul, talk a little bit about your run out there today.
Just a good weekend in general. You know, we had a couple of days of test, work on a couple different packages, and Slugger Labby came back fresh off a 6-week vacation, so he had a lot of ideas, and just kind of went. Luckily, we had 2 days to work through them. Kind of hit on something yesterday morning that we liked and thought was promising and stuck with it. Then obviously running the nationwide car yesterday on a new surface, we learned a lot about tire pressures and what groove comes in. The second groove came in a hell of a lot better than I think anybody thought. You could actually move up there and make lap time and pass cars. So overall, just really happy with the weekend, happy with the repave. The track came in really well, and it's going to keep getting better. And proud of my Certainty Menards guys.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for Paul. We'll start down here in the media center. We'll take our first one here from Randy.
Hey, Paul, Randy Kovitz, Kansas City Star. You said you sound happy with the repave. Can you just kind of talk about what led to all the mayhem out there?
Yeah, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised with it. Anytime you repave a track, you always expect the worst, I guess. You know, it's single groove, hard to pass. Obviously, a lot of speed. We've been breaking track records a lot this year with all the repaves. And, you know, going in the nationwide race yesterday, I thought it was going to be a single file right around the bottom, get out of line and be real treacherous, and it wasn't. Second groove burned in, and the third groove I thought came in pretty good today, even higher than a nationwide car. So for a first race on a repaved track, I thought the track came in really well. Would I rather have the old surface? I would, but you know, with the surface falling apart, they had to do something.
Well, why all the cautions?
I don't know. People are impatient. A lot of restarts. Doesn't matter what track you're at. If there's a restart, you have to get all you can. We're carrying a lot of speed here, so it's hard to pass, very aero dependent. So restarts are your best opportunity to make passes, and I'm sure that everybody was going for it.
Any other questions in the media center before we go up to the press box? Any questions from the press box for Paul?
One question in the press box.
Go ahead.
Summer Bedgood, frontstretch.com. Paul, you're not necessarily someone particularly you see up front a lot, but you were dominant yesterday, and you were up front most of the day-to-day. I mean, is it the racetrack? Did you guys hit on something? What was it?
You know, this year we've lacked speed overall week to week. Last year we qualified really well. We had a lot of good speed, but very inconsistent results. This year, RCR as a whole kind of has lacked speed, and we found some things in the last month or two that's helped us pick up just overall speed. And then our consistency this year that we've had, even though we haven't been as fast, we've been more consistent. And this is just one of the weekends where we kind of put it all together.
Okay, if there's no more questions for Paul, we appreciate your time this afternoon. Congratulations on the run this afternoon.
Done?
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations again. We now welcome our second place finisher in today's Hollywood Casino 400 here at Kansas Speedway, Martin Truex Jr., driver of the number 56 Napa Auto Parts Toyota. Martin, take us through that exciting race out there today.
Well, it was wild one, that's for sure. We whole different. You know, we were second here in the spring, but today was a whole different mood. Obviously, we had to battle for this one all day long, and we didn't quite have you know, second place car there for a while, but. Fought track position most of the day. You know, we started 16th, and we didn't qualify all that well, and we worked our way up to the top 5 early, and then we got caught by that caution and had to get the wave around and all that. So we came from the back to finish second, which is really hard to do at a place like this with you know, where it's hard to pass, new pavement, and you know, the restarts are pretty tough. So good battle for us today. We got a great car. The guys did a really nice job, and it's nice to come out of here with a good finish, and looking forward to the rest of the season.
Okay, we'll start here in the media center with questions, and then we'll go up to the press box. We'll start in the back, then come up to Randy.
Ryan Ragland with the Gardner Edge. How much difference did you have between Thursday and Friday with the cloud cover, and then you come up Friday and Saturday, you had the 2-day practices, or the 2 practices Saturday with the sun coming out, all of a sudden you come up just before you guys get started, here comes the cloud and a little bit of the wind.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot different. This place changed so much, and we see it every time we go to a place that's a repave, but, especially the faster places like here, the first couple of days of testing it was very cold. The wind was really blowing hard, and, and then like you said, Friday for practice, it warmed up and it got really slick out there. Yesterday, the track lost a ton of grip in practice, and even though today it seemed to cool off and get clouded up a little bit, I felt like the track was very, very similar to yesterday's practice when the sun was out and the temps were up and there wasn't a lot of wind. So still thought yesterday was, yesterday's practice, the track was a very good representation of what we were going to get today. And we had the same trouble with our car today we had yesterday, and I didn't feel like it was that much different.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Randy. Go ahead.
Martin, Randy Kovitz, Kansas City Star. I got two questions, one about the track and one about you. All the cautions, I mean,
It's crazy.
so what do you attribute all the...
Crashes.
So what do you attribute the crashes to?
The crashes caused the cautions.
Yeah.
There was two grooves out there today, but obviously even the second groove wasn't very high. So, and the bottom lane was definitely the place to be on restarts unless you were the leader and you could control the start, as we've seen at the end. 17 had really good restarts on the outside. But when you were back in traffic, it always seemed better to be on the bottom. And anytime, at least for me, when I was on the outside, my car was really, really loose. And so I was trying to stay as low as I could. And, I noticed a lot of other guys doing it. And when you get down on that car inside you get him loose. And the bottom line is everybody was just running really tight, really close together because the groove wasn't that wide, and it caused some problems.
So your assessment of the repave and the banking and everything?
I thought it was great. I mean, I was definitely surprised and excited that the outside groove came in so early in the race. You can definitely feel that extra banking up there, and I feel like when this track gets a little bit of weather to it, obviously they've pretty tough winters up here. I think even next year we're going to see it's going to start to spread out already, and we'll be able to take advantage of that progressive banking. So I thought they did a great job with the paving. The track's really smooth, and Goodyear did a great job. Obviously, no tire problems all weekend, so that was a huge step after what happened at Michigan. And with the speeds we had here this weekend, they did a phenomenal job of bringing a tire, and we had no blistering or heat issues or anything. So I think we only changed left side tires one time all day today, and we changed rights a few times, but we were putting some laps on the tires. So everybody did a good job with everything like that.
And you and Matt, I mean, you're in the chase, but you're
Yeah.
out of the chase. Just talk about the mentality for guys like you who don't have a chance at winning the championship, but are still...
Well, there's always a chance. I mean, if as long as there's more racing to go, there's always a chance. Obviously, we're further back than we want to be, and but you can't change that. Those races are behind us now, and we just got to do what we did today. Let's try to go out and win races. We definitely want to win before the year's out, our team, and we've been close a bunch of times and let a few slip away here and there, but hopefully we'll be able to do that before the season's out, and we just go each weekend to the racetrack and try to be a good help for our teammates, try to do the best job we can to put all three of our cars up in the front, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
Okay, we'll take one more down here and then go upstairs.
Martin Brad Fanning from KCTV5 here in Kansas City. 14 cautions and all those crashes. I mean, how much of that is luck? I mean, to be able to finish as high as you did today.
Well, when they happen around you, you don't get in them. You have to have some sort of luck, obviously. If you cause them, it's sometimes not luck, but there's a lot of luck involved in racing. Obviously, you have to you have to be well prepared. You have to have a great team. You got to do everything right. But there is some luck that's involved in racing. You get a guy that crashes in front of you and you have nowhere to go, or a guy that gets loose underneath you and hits you when it's none of your fault. There's things that come into a lot of things. A lot of times, luck can dictate your racing. But at the end of the day, the great teams are still the guys that are the most consistent. And I think the luck is. When it happens to you, you always think you're the one, that has all the bad luck. I've said it a million times, that I wish I had better luck. But there's some things you just can't change. You just got to go out and do your job the best you can, and hope to be the best prepared and have the best team you can, and drive your butt off.
Were you very lucky today?
I was lucky a few times today. Yeah, there was a few times when the 18 and them guys all crashed off 4. I was right behind them. So, I had a little bit of luck. Obviously, they went down the track and not came back up into me.
All right, we'll go to the press box for a question.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports.
Martin, can you talk a little bit, or did you hear during the course of the race, NASCAR officials come over the radio and tell you guys that if you slow down beyond the minimum, you would be penalized for going beyond the minimum speed during the race? And
You're talking about under cautions when guys were getting passed?
yeah, when they were trying to save fuel.
Yeah, I mean, the rule is you have to maintain your speed, and so if you're shutting your car off, fine, but you got to stay somewhat close to the guy in front of you, a car length or two. There's a couple instances where I actually gained a spot twice because the caution came out and they let off, and the whole field's still going, and they're just sitting there, so you're just going around them and catching up to the field. It happened a few times today, obviously, and if you listen every week in the driver's meeting, they say you have to maintain your spot on the track and your track position, and you're supposed to stay closed up. So if you leave 30 car lengths to the next guy, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Any other questions from the press box?
No other questions from the press box.
Any questions down here? Okay, go ahead. We've got one right here on the left.
Martin Scott Trailer, Sports Radio 810 WHB, Racing Boys Radio. When you enter the corner, how much are you backing up the corner, and where do you pick up the gas? And was the slick part when you went back to the gas? I mean, just take it through the moment that the car would try to step out on you a little bit.
Definitely the slickest spot today was going off into turn 3 when you were completely out of the gas, still in the brakes a little, just trying to turn it down into the bottom. Turn 3 was definitely the loosest spot on the track. So with this repave, it seemed to have a lot of grip, but for some reason that one spot in turn 3 was pretty slick. As far as, most guys were pretty loose there all day that I seen, and I was as well.
All right, Martin, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on a good run today.
Thank you.